All right, guys, we've lost 3-2 to Manchester United away at Old Trafford. Ronaldo with a hat-trick. Kane scored a penalty, and we got an own goal from Maguire as well. Man U, on the balance of play, deserved it. Spurs didn't really turn up in this game, although we did have moments of good play, but a lot of players went missing. And I just want to repeat what I was saying just before. I've been on WeAreTottenhamTV many a time, and I've said it to Ben, I've said it to Sim, I've said it to people that watch the show. This team is not good enough, right? I don't mind being called negative and pessimistic because I'm right. I'm honest. And I say things that a lot of fans haven't got the balls to say. And what I'm saying is this team will always let you down. Just when you think there's a chance, just when you think there's hope, just when you think, right, we've got ourselves back into a good position, they will always let you down because the players are not good enough. For me, Reggie, I don't think he's good enough. Doherty today, crap. Absolute crap. And Spurs fans want to defend him. Emerson doesn't even play for us anymore. Ben Davies and Dyer today showed their average. In the midfield, we were lacking creativity. We were lacking someone to get on the ball and command the game. Up front, you can't really... Look, we can criticise Kulusevski, Son and Kane for not doing enough. I think Kula was the best of the three today. But when Kane did get a chance, the penalty, he took it. Son today was poor. Son was very poor today. But overall, there's only 5 players I'd keep, Iggy. Romero, Bentancur, Kulu, Son and Kane. Maybe Skip, and maybe Højbjerg.
No, I wouldn't say maybe Skip. I would say definitely keep Skip.
The reason I say maybe is he good enough for the elite level? He hasn't proven it yet. That's why I say it. But other than that, there's 15 players I'd sell because they're crap. It's easy beating Leeds United. Everyone's beating them 4-5-0. Everton are in a relegation race. It's easy beating them. Can you go away to Man United? Can you go to the Theatre of Creams? Can you go there and show there's something about you? And the answer today is no.
Listen, I was very disappointed in that second half performance. That was the bit I thought I fully expected first 15 minutes to actually get at them a little bit more fight to get in there. And we didn't quite. We was almost too timid. Even with our attacks, we were a little bit too timid. And you know what? We crawl it back somehow. Somehow we crawl it back with a Maguire scoring an on-goal. And you think 2-2. What was it? 18 minutes left by that point, and you think to yourself, right, we've managed. Because honestly, at that point, I didn't see how we was going to get that equaliser. We get the equaliser. We get ourselves to that situation, and you think, okay, we haven't done enough. But you know what? If we can even just bring a draw, because you realise if you sense that there's a winner in there from us, and I didn't feel like we was going to go on to win that game. I certainly didn't see enough. But then you think to yourself, right, let's keep it tight. Let's keep it nice and compact. Not concede any more silly goals. And to concede it in the way that we did, and I need to see that again. Like you said, could the keeper have come out for that? Listen, but besides the point, you're marking man for man. You don't let the biggest threat in the area, who's got the biggest leap, have a free header on goal, man. Because at that point, it's game over. You're not going to come back going behind 3 times. Once, okay, can happen. 2, okay. 3 times going behind, you're not going to recuperate that game.
For me, we lost this game today for 3 factors. Number 1, these players are shit. Fans don't want to hear it. Fans don't want to admit the truth. They're shit. Get it into your heads, guys. They're not good enough. They aren't. Number 2, for me, I said tactically, we should have put Kulu in the attacking mid-role. The way we set up today didn't exploit the weakness Man United presented to us. And I think tactically we could have been better. But would that have influenced the game enough? The way we played? Probably not. The other thing I think we did wrong today was, what's the fucking point of making a substitution on the 86th?
But that's on the manager then.
The substitutions, yeah, it is. It is on Conte. It is on Conte. But I said it earlier. I said, Iggy, why aren't we making subs? You could see things weren't working. Both wing-backs were shocking, especially Doherty. Pull them off. Get them off the pitch. Change it, because it's hurting us. And everything was dependent on the middle. but then the middle wasn't quite ticking. So put someone else in the middle, put Kulu. That's why I suggested it. We didn't do it, but again, if you're Conte, you're going to stick to your way. You're going to stick to what works for you. You're going to stick to what wins you trophies, because if he's backed in the summer, the players they'll understand the system, because he's spent all this time drumming it into them. So when you get rid of the Dohertys, the Emersons, the Winks, the Ben Davies, all this shit, the players that come in, because they're quality, they'll pick up the system quick. The existing players that stay, they've learnt it. It's what Klopp did. It's what Pep did. All elite managers, they come in, this is how we're going to do it. It might not get us results for a year or two, but once I've got my players, this system's going to win us trophies. So this is why I won't go in on Conte, because as a coach, I understand what he's trying to do. He's trying to cement his way. But we're going to have to go through this. The biggest problem we've got at Tottenham is our players are crap. And that is on Daniel Levy, and that is on Enoch, and that is why I will not get excited. And I remember there was one show where I called in and I said, look, this team's always going to let you down. Why are we getting hyped up? Then Danny Kiriakou, the bum, called in. We are Tottenham TV. And Danny was saying, look, I feel the same way. Then he said his bit. Then the next caller come in and says, oh, they're negative. Listen to them. What's wrong with them? Oh, I can't live my life like that. It's like, what, honesty? He's come in.
It's not about being negative.
He's come in. Yeah, but this is it. If you have an opinion and it's not what people want to hear, you'll be labelled negative. But if you have an opinion and it's all hip hip hooray, fireworks, we're back. Yeah, people want to hear that. Why would you not want to hear that? I want to hear that. But look, Burnley, Iggy, Burnley, Middlesbrough, everyone was trashing Man United. Everybody was saying they're weak, they're there for the taking. I saw so many fans. I was on podcasts yesterday. 3-1 Tottenham, 4-1. Listen, I thought we would win it today. But I also said I wouldn't be surprised if we lost 3-0. But I'll never once thought 4-1, 3-1. I'm like, do you not know what our players are like? Do you not know they're crap? And look what's happened. So we just need to be honest. For me, I want to see Spurs fans have an honest conversation, Iggy, where they just, let's get real about it. Until the owners put mega money into this team and back whoever the manager is, back the manager, his players, and we change 60, maybe 70% of this squad, this is how it is. We're a top 6 team at best, in my view.
Change 60-70% of the team or bringing 12 players in. It's not going to happen. It's going to be
in windows. Yeah.
But we need to start identifying the areas that we need to cover, and there's quite a few there. So I don't mind which areas we start off with. There are areas that clearly there's shortcomings there, guys, and it's as simple as that. The truth of the matter is that the biggest thing that we didn't win the character today. That was the thing I found personally. I mean, listen, we can go on. Listen, I'm not saying I'm disagreeing necessarily what you're saying. I think there was a massive character that was missing today. I didn't feel there was a real belief from the team, not from us.
Did we not say in the first half we looked scared?
We did look, but then you think at half time, okay, let's bring it to half time. We're 2-1 down. I thought it's not all doom and gloom. It's like at that point you think to yourself, all right, we can do a bit better. And I said at half time, I thought we had 1 or 2 gears more in, because I didn't think it was a great Man United side. To be honest with you, I still didn't think they played exceptionally well, but the things that they did do well, they did better than us. And that wasn't very hard, because in that second half, we didn't show enough about us. We didn't show that, actually, do you know what, let's get at them and get the goal. Then they sat back, you're thinking, how are we going to break these down? Because this was the worst case scenario. Going 2-1 down, they're dropping it, they're going low block, nice and compact. And thinking, how are we going to break these lot down now? Because it's not our strength to do that. We get him back into the game, and that's what I find disappointing. That last 15 minutes.
But 3 times that happened.
Yeah, I know. The last 15 minutes, you recover the game that you thought you weren't going to cover. It's 2-2, last 15 minutes, you think to yourself, right, now it's game on. You said now it's game on. We made the change, they made the change, you're thinking, right, it's disappointing the manner of the goals that we conceded.
But what they did, they brought on Cavani and played 2 up top and took off Matic. So their holding midfield was so exposed now. It was already exposed, Matic, and that's even weaker. Put the attacking mid there.
But that's Ragnick and Conte.
But Conte's not going to do it because he's drumming.
But Ragnick did, though.
Ragnick did, yeah.
So what, is that make him a better manager?
No, because he fucked it by trying to take.
Or does he have better disposal? He's got more ammo on the bench to come on. If I'm seeing Cavani coming on, And then if I'm seeing, all right, let me just put it this. You're not a Spurs fan. Let's say that we're not Spurs fans here. You look at it as a neutral. You've got Cavani coming on. We got Winks coming on.
No, we didn't. We brought Mora.
But hear me what I'm saying.
No, but that's what happened.
They got Alanga, come on, decent player.
Alanga, yeah.
Cavani has come on as well.
They've got better players, yeah.
The defender, what's his name? He came on and I did it. Yeah. Quality players coming on the pitch from the bench. We've got Stevie Bergwijn, Harry Winks, and just before him, Mora. Come on. You're like, you need to have more. You need to have more quality.
But I still think, tactically, we should have put someone in that attacking mid role. I would have doubled up in that role.
I think Kulu going off was the wrong decision as well.
I would have put Kulu in there, and I would have put Mora in there as well, and put 2 players where Fred was, and exploit them. But what happened was we didn't do that. So on that front, yeah, that is on Conte. It is. But at the same time, this is where the patience has to come in. If Conte is going to play his way that he knows brings success, he has got to drum it into them, which means I can't change tactically just because you're not performing well or because I see a weakness in the other team. I need to drum this into you guys because next season, if I'm backed and you don't get this now, we're going to lose next season as well. It's exactly what Pep did, Iggy. And Klopp, they went in. Pep was losing 4-0 away to Everton, wouldn't change it. Klopp was getting peppered by everyone. Spurs slapped Klopp 4-1. He wouldn't change it. They never changed their ways because they were just waiting for the moment they got their players. So this comes with having a manager that we are hoping gets back. This is where we as Spurs fans have got to... There's a fine balance between when do you blame the manager for this and criticise his decisions, but when do you also have to give the manager time to show why he's doing
players
this?
In because these are not his players.
Yeah,
truth be told,
but like Pep did and like Klopp did, Conte's got to drum in his methods, and if it means I've got to change my 3 at the front, so that you just because you guys can't do it, well, that's a problem. The problem is the players can't do it. Why? Because they're crap. So I want to blame Conte.
We've got 2 situations there going outside hand in hand.
Exactly.
2 hand in hand.
I want to blame... Listen, typically you put this on the manager to some degree, but this is the process the manager has to go through in order to get us where we want next season.
I think that's what we need to then and that's what in that case.
That's why this top 4 conversation needs to stop, and fans need to stop being deluded with it. Sorry if I'm calling people deluded because I know people get offended by that, but it's delusional if you think these players are top 4 players. They're not.
No. There's a transition in place, and like you said, like there's certain situation like a manager can be accountable for, but at the same time, he's got the players that he's got. And the thing is, even today, we had situations there, like Reguilon right at the end there, where the ball's come over the top. And he's thinking, hit it first
Iggy,
time. Those are the situations like we had opportunities to claw that back. And it's just...
I don't think Reggie had a bad game, but it's not good enough. That's my point. In these big games, I don't think he's good enough. I really don't.
We're not... Listen, I think the Chelsea, Liverpool and Man City and those teams are way ahead of us. Then
are United way ahead of us?
I don't think they were better than us, particularly better than us. I didn't see this sparkling.
That's what I mean.
Football.
But that's my question.
I just think they showed that little bit more character. The biggest player, Ronaldo, given what happened last week, because we know he walked out of that.
He bottled it.
No, he didn't bottle it. He was left out of the starting lineup, and he thought, if you're not going to put him in the starting lineup, I'm going home.
Yeah, but that's bottling it. Because he could have made the bench.
He could have made the bench, but he said, you don't drop me
all right,
in the Manchester derby.
Okay, so what has he done? It's not bottling it, he's sulking.
He's sulking. He's pulled a straw because you can't drop me in the Manchester derby. So he's like, do you know what, today, I'm going to show you to the manager. So he stepped up. And he's answered on the pitch just by scoring a hat-trick. His merit, or other merit, whatever way you want to put it, he stepped up. How many of our players today in a big match was a 6-pointer you can say stepped up? How many still? No, let's talk how many. How many guys in the chat?
I thought Romero had a decent game.
Go on, let's go over him. Romero.
Both wing backs trash. Dio,
no, let's talk about the ones that stepped up. I'm not interested in the trash.
Davies, no.
That many midfield.
I thought Højbjerg played okay.
So we got
I
Romero.
think Højbjerg played okay.
Played well. Højbjerg played okay. So now we're going by 2. There's 11 on the pitch. How many?
Kulusevski, he played well
Kulu,
today.
3?
Kulu.
No, 2.5 because you said Højbjerg was okay.
Kulu. Well, okay, let's take Højbjerg because he's not good, right? So 2. Kulu, Romero. Did Kane get the service? Was how many times?
Kane looked off the ball
How many
today,
times
really.
is our striker?
We're relying on
But
him
how many times
massively.
are we depending on the striker, the goal scorer,
Yeah.
to go deep to create? It can't be right. It can't be right. So.
Okay, but
Okay, if we're gonna be brutal,
two players up to now. You
2,
just mentioned
but
2.
I would say possibly Kane, because when his chance did come, he took it. Iggy, the penalty was brilliant.
Okay, all right. Let's include
But
Kane
what else
in
was
that.
created for him?
3 players we're talking. Maybe
Max,
4.
Max.
Maybe 4 if
Who's
you want
the
to
fourth?
include Højbjerg. If you want to include
No,
him
it's free.
there.
It's free. It's free.
3 players out of 11.
And do you know what's
turned
gonna
up for a
happen?
game? That's a 6-pointer.
And do you know?
6-pointer. 3 games. We're talking about 3 games.
Yeah, but this is what I've been saying for the past 2 months.
Listen, I'm not.
I'm just saying in general, though.
I'm
this
saying
team,
that
they will always let you down. I'm going to repeat it. This team will always let you down, and I'm proven right every single time.
I will say this, still.
Listen to the coach.
No, I will say this. Whilst I agree with Conte, that you're saying that he's got to take his part of it. When you say you've got 3 players that have played out of 11, how much can you put
Yeah, but
on
what if
them?
but that's what crap players do.
This is what I'm saying. How much can we blame the manager?
And when people talk about mentality, let me explain something about mentality. Mentality comes from confidence. Confidence comes from the manager being able to identify what a player is not confident with. What Winks is lacking in confidence is different to what Davies is lacking in confidence in, is different to what maybe an Emerson is lacking in confidence. But to get to know what they're lacking in confidence means you've got to spend time with the player, meet his family, go around there for dinner, watch him in training. When they go to have a drinks break, you've got to sit back and watch how do they behave when they have a drink break. Oh, he's having a laugh. He's showing everyone TikTok. He's practicing kick-ups. He's practicing shooting. Them 3 just having a random chat. You watch all these behaviours. Once you've seen enough and you've learnt what your players really like, now I know what your confidence is lacking because I get your personality. Iggy, that takes a long, long, long time. Conte's been there 4 months. It's impossible. You cannot give every player confidence. You can get a short-term bounce.
Listen, I'm not saying sack
short-term
Conte, and
bounce.
I'll be amazed if
but
anyone
I'm just saying.
says that.
But no, I'm referring to when people talk about mentality. Mentality comes from confidence.
Yeah.
Confidence comes from the manager having enough time to learn the personality and understand where you lack confidence. Iggy, you might be really good at maths, but you can't read and write. So you're not confident when it comes to English lit. I might be brilliant at science, but I'm rubbish at maths. So I don't feel confident when it comes to numbers, but give me biology, no problem. But the manager needs to spend time to suss that out. So the mentality cannot fix until the manager's had enough time. But the problem is, Conte's not here for 3 years to suss it out. He wants players that have got the confidence now. I haven't got time to learn your personality. I need to know you got it now. And this is the problem Tottenham have got. This is where we're at. We're not a project. Conte's not a project manager. So he needs major backing this summer.
I agree. I totally agree.
This doesn't change.
We can't go on with this crop of our squad is not good enough to make top 4. Sad to say, we just don't have enough about us to make it.
You said it. We're chasing the game and we bring on Winks. What fucking more do you want to say? They brought on Cavani, we brought on Winks. Come on. Guys, listen. We're going to wrap it up there before I blow a gasket. But we're going to be back shortly for the fan show. Please make sure you give this show a like, a thumbs up, back the We Are Tottenham TV family. Also, get over to Iggy and I's channel, Tottenham Away. Give us a like, a subscribe. You can watch more of Iggy and I because we're going to get into it even more on Monday night on our podcast.
I'm going to blow up.
8:30 p.m. Tottenham Away.
Already.
But before you do that, you better come and join us for the after fan show. We're going to talk about it. We're going to listen to what the fans say. And we want to hear what you think as well. Because it's all good and I, Iggy, having a chat. But the fans, we want to hear what you have to say as well. We'll be back very shortly.